That was this nightmare again, oh? Wait. You are here to learn Slovak, right? Welcome. This is lesson 2. You can start here and skip lesson 1. There was just an intro and some basics. Today, we're going all in.
Today, you will learn how to introduce yourself in Slovak, how to tell people where you're from, and most importantly, how to save yourself when you don't understand a single word. Your journey starts now. Learn Slovak with Philip.
Let's start with the very first thing you'll ever need in a Slovak conversation, your name. Volám sa Filip. Volám sa Filip. That means, my name is Philip. But here's the fun part. Literally, word by word, it means, I call myself Philip. Slovak doesn't say my name is. Slovak says, I call myself. Slovak isn't alone in this. A lot of languages around the world say, I call myself, instead of my name is. Look at this. Slovak, Croatian, Spanish, French, Italian, Portuguese. All of them literally mean, I call myself. So if you already speak one of these languages, congratulations, you already know the pattern. Okay, back to Slovak. Volám sa. Let's break it down. Volám, I call. Sa, myself. Together, volám sa. Tiny memory trick.
Whole llama plus sir. Whole llama sir. Volám sa?
Silly? Yes. But that's why it'll stick. Volám sa Filip. Now you try. Just replace my name with yours. Volám sa John. Volám sa Sarah. Volám sa whatever your name is. Now, how do you ask someone else what their name is? There are 2 ways. Ako sa voláš? Or Ako sa voláte? Literally, how do you call yourself? Both mean, what's your name? But they're used in different situations. Don't worry about the difference yet. We'll talk about that in just a minute. For now, just notice the 2 versions. Ako sa voláš? Ako sa voláte? Once someone tells you their name, what do you say? In English, you'd say, nice to meet you. In Slovak, teší ma. Literally, it pleases me. Short, elegant, and it makes you sound instantly more Slovak than 90% of tourists. Teší ma. Memory trick. Teší ma sounds a bit like tea, she. Imagine you're pouring tea for the new person you just met to be nice. Teší ma. You know what's coming, your turn. Read these out loud. You might have noticed when I said Ako sa voláš and Ako sa voláte. Those are 2 different versions of the same question. Now it's time for a tiny bit of grammar. In English, you have 1 word for you. Whether you're talking to your best friend, your boss, or the president, Slovak has 2 versions. And this matters a lot. The first one is ti. That's the informal you. You use ti with friends, family, children, people your own age, roughly. The second one is vi, formal you. You use vi with strangers, older people, shop assistants, waiters, hotel staff, your boss, your doctor, anyone in an official role. So remember from before? Ako sa voláš? Informal, to a friend. Ako sa voláte? Formal, to a stranger. Notice the ending. Sh is informal. Te is formal. You'll see this pattern everywhere in Slovak. Now here's the golden rule, and please remember this. If you're not sure, use vi. Slovaks will notice and appreciate it. If the person wants to switch to informal, they'll say, Môžeme si týkať. We can use ti. Until then, stay polite. Fun fact, Slovaks are much stricter about this than, say, Americans. Calling an older stranger ti sounds rude, even if you didn't mean it that way. So, vi is your safe bet. After, what's your name? The next question you'll hear in Slovakia is always the same. Where are you from? Let's learn it. Odkiaľ si? Odkiaľ ste? Same pattern as before. Si is informal, ste is formal. Both mean where are you from? Odkiaľ si? Odkiaľ ste? And the answer, som z Ameriky. Som z Ameriky. I'm from America. Som means I am. Z means from. Simple. You'll also hear som z USA. Same thing, just a bit more official. Both are totally fine. Now let me give you a bunch of countries. Find yours. Som z Veľkej Británie. I'm from the UK. Som z Austrálie. I'm from Australia. Som z Kanady. I'm from Canada. Som z Číny. I'm from China. Som z Francúzska. I'm from France. Som z Nemecka. I'm from Germany. Som z Talianska. I'm from Italy. Som z Ukrajiny. I'm from Ukraine. Som z USA. I am from the USA. Most of the time, from is just z. Z Ameriky, z Niemiecka, z Talianska. Easy. But when the next word starts with s, sh, zet, or j, Slovak adds an extra o, zo, to make it easier to pronounce. Try saying z Slovenska. Awkward, right? All those s sounds crashing together. That's why Slovak adds the o. Zo Slovenska flows much better. Som zo Slovenska. Som zo Španielska. Fun fact, no country starts with ž in Slovak, so you won't practice that one here. But this z versus zo rule is going to come back in future lessons in other situations. When you leave a place, when you come from somewhere. So memorize this. If a word, a country, a city, a place, any space, starts with s, sh, zet, or j, use zo. Otherwise, just z. Didn't see your country on the list? No worries. I've got 2 bonus videos for you. One covers every European country and city, and the other one covers Asia, the Americas, Africa, and Australia. You can find them on the screen right now, or in the description below. One more thing. What if someone asks where you're from, but you've lived in a different place for years? Maybe you're from Canada originally, but you live in Bratislava now. You can say both. Som z Kanady. Žijem v Bratislave. Som z Kanady. I'm from Canada. Žijem v Bratislave. I live in Bratislava. Žijem v Bratislave. Or if you were born in Bratislava, som z Bratislavy. Som z Bratislavy. I'm from Bratislava. Notice Bratislavy, not Bratislava. The ending changes because of that little word z. Don't worry about the grammar yet, just copy what you hear. We'll cover this in detail in a later lesson. And again, if your city isn't Bratislava, check out that bonus video I mentioned. It covers more cities, so you can say žijem v with your actual hometown. Quick cultural note. When Slovaks meet someone for the first time, it's common to shake hands. Men, women, everyone. And here's the beautiful part. If you walk into a room of people, many Slovaks will go around and shake everyone's hand, one by one. It's a bit formal, but it's friendly. It says, I see you, I acknowledge you. So if a Slovak extends their hand, shake it, and maybe say, Tešíme, while you're at it. Your turn, read these out loud. Nice work. Now, the most important part of this whole lesson. Okay, real talk. You're going to meet Slovaks who speak to you in Slovak, full speed, no mercy, and you won't understand a word. This happens to every learner. So these next phrases may be the most useful thing you'll ever learn in Slovak. Hovoríte po anglicky? Hovoríte po anglicky? Do you speak English? This is your number one lifeline. Hovoríte po anglicky. Notice, I'm using the formal V form here. Why? Because you're asking a stranger. Golden rule, remember? Hovoríte po anglicky? Now, the other side of the coin. What if a Slovak asks you if you speak Slovak? Here's what you'll hear. Rozumiete po slovensky? Do you understand Slovak? Rozumiete po slovensky? Hovoríte po slovensky? Do you speak Slovak? Hovoríte po slovensky. Same structure as hovoríte po anglicky, just swap the language. And of course, you can answer with words you already know. Áno. Or, because you can speak just a bit Slovak, you can say áno, trochu. Áno, trochu. Yes, a little. Or a negative answer can be nie. Whole sentence. Nie, nehovorím. No, I do not speak. Nie, nehovorím po slovensky. No, I do not speak Slovak. Hovoríte po slovensky? Rozumiete po slovensky? Áno, hovorím. Nie, nehovorím. Áno, rozumiem. Nie, nerozumiem. Did you spot the trick? The positive answer and the negative one. What's different? That little ne at the start. We'll dive deeper later, but here's your takeaway. Add ne to a verb and it flips to negative. Nerozumiem. I don't understand. Simple, direct, incredibly useful. Môžete to zopakovať, prosím? Can you repeat that, please? Môžete to zopakovať, prosím? Can you repeat that, please? Môžete to zopakovať, prosím? A bit longer, but super useful. Môžete, can you, to, that, zopakovať, repeat, prosím, please. You already know prosím from lesson 1. Hovorte pomaly, prosím. Please speak slowly. Slovaks tend to talk fast, so this is a lifesaver. Hovorte pomaly, prosím. Hovorte pomaly, prosím. Čo znamená? What does mean? Super handy when you hear a word you don't know. Just point at something and say, Čo znamená halušky? What does halušky mean? Spoiler, it's a delicious potato dish. We'll get there. All right, your turn. These are your survival kit. Say them out loud, feel them in your mouth. You will need them. Perfect. Now, before we jump into the real conversation, let's do one more thing. Seeing the same phrases multiple times across a lesson, not just once, is scientifically proven to help your brain move them from short-term to long-term memory. That's why we're reviewing now, right before you use them in a real conversation. Your brain is about to lock these in. You just learned a lot. Before we put it all together in a real conversation, let's do a lightning-fast recap. I'll show you each phrase. You say the English in your head. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. How did you do? If you got most of them, you're ready. If not, no problem. Just rewind that part and watch it again. Either way, let's see it all in action. Imagine, you're sitting on a bench in a beautiful park in Bratislava. An older gentleman sits next to you and starts a conversation.
Dobrý deň.
Dobrý deň.
Ako sa voláte?
Volám sa Filip. A vy?
Peter, teší ma.
Teší ma.
Odkiaľ ste?
Som z Ameriky, ale žijem na Slovensku.
Aha, a ako dlho už ste na Slovensku?
Uh-oh, you have no idea what he just said. What do? You stay calm, and you use your survival kit. Prepáčte, nerozumiem. Môžete to zopakovať, prosím?
Samozrejme, hovoríte po slovensky?
Áno, trochu. Hovoríte po anglicky?
Nie, prepáčte.
And just like that, you survived. You introduced yourself, told him where you're from and where you live, and rescued yourself when you didn't understand. That's a real conversation. In Slovak. Kinda. Simple, but it is. After this lesson, you can say your name. Ask for someone's name. Say, nice to meet you. Understand the difference between T and V. Say where you're from. Say where you live. Ask if someone speaks English or Slovak. Say, I don't understand. Ask someone to repeat or speak slowly. That's a lot. If you feel like you remember at least 80% of this lesson, awesome. Move on to lesson 3. If you need a bit more time, watch this one again, today or tomorrow. Repetition is everything. Drop a comment below. What's your name? Where are you from? Or where do you live? And try to write that comment in Slovak. You can also check out my website at slovakteacher.com. Did you like this video? Smash that like button and hit subscribe so you will be informed about my new videos. In the next lesson, lesson 3, we'll tackle the Slovak alphabet and pronunciation. But before that, go check out those 2 bonus videos. They cover countries from Europe and around the world, how to say city names in Slovak, and some country-specific words you'll find probably useful. See you next time.